Today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite celebrations in Japan, and that is Hinamatsuri, which is a celebration of girls. I also wanted to tie it in with my opinion of Japan being a male-dominated society. I have for a very long time had the opinion that Japan is quite male-dominated, and when I came here, I was a little bit surprised at exactly how male-dominated it was. For example, when viewing over 25 houses, every single estate agent gave their business card to my husband. Also, when we signed up for some things at the city hall, they asked for my husband's bank details. They refused to take my ones. And it seems very clear that the head of the household is the man in Japan. The reason that I thought that Japan is male dominated is just looking within my own family. If someone passes away, it seems like the son gets a majority of the inheritance. If there are daughters, they do receive some, and I shouldn't generalise to all families in Japan, of course, but it seems like the daughters get a little bit and the son gets the majority. When I've spoken to my mum about this, she's very clear about the man has to take care of the woman, so the daughters don't really need it because they should have husbands that will take care of them in the future. It's quite an old-fashioned way of thinking. It is very different from the UK, and although I tried to reset my brain when I came here, there are some things that are a little bit difficult to get used to. If you are a boss bitch and you are the main breadwinner for your family, I can imagine this can be quite irritating, but there we go, that's how they do things here, so it's all good. When I was completing my Japanese studies degree, there was a module called Discrimination and Marginality in Japan, and I still remember to this day the explanation of the word of husband and wife in Japanese. Even if you look in the dictionary now, you can see that the meaning of husband also means master. And the same kanji that is used for wife is also used to mean back of the house. And the back of the house is usually where the kitchen is. The reason why Hinamatsuri is so special to me is because we do live in this type of society, but this day recognises the importance of girls. Also because I have a daughter, I want her to realise how special it is to be a girl. And I want her to know that she can be anything she wants to be. We are very lucky to be living in Japan in a time where they have their first female prime minister. And whatever you may think of her policies, I think she's a great role model for girls. I took my daughter to see the biggest doll display in Japan. It has a 31-tier pyramid and around 1,600 to 1,800 traditional Hina dolls. They do have a time lapse of them putting the dolls up, and you can see exactly how much effort goes into this display. Someone working at the shopping centre told me that there was another display 15 minutes away by car. They also have a free bus service, and there's different displays around that area. The gentleman also showed me a display, and when I was taking a photo, he explained to me that in Kyoto, which is in the Kansai region, they arrange the dolls in a different order to the Kanto region, which is where Saitama is situated. They call this festival Bikkuri Hinamatsuri, and Bikkuri means shock. I think it's a really good description because everywhere I looked it was breathtaking. I really wanted to get my daughter some of these dangly things. I'm not sure what they're called, but they didn't have anything for sale. Every piece in the display has a meaning, and I'd like to look into it more. This was my favourite part of this Hinamatsuri exhibition. They had a little Olympic themed section of the display. And you can see that they have curling and also Hinamatsuri dolls in ice skates. They've also put the female Olympians' names around the arena. Look, they're skating. Skating. I don't think I've ever seen this many dolls in one place in my whole life. They do hold this event every year, so if you happen to be in Japan around Hinamatsuri, it's definitely worth a visit. They also had another building with even more dolls and dangly things. This is me putting up our display at home, and it took so long. I had to keep looking at the photo to see where to put the dolls. Also, because it was my cousin's and it's 40 years old, there are some pieces missing. My daughter was a very happy girl when she came home and saw it. They do bring out a Hinamatsuri snack range in the supermarkets around this time. The traditional sweet is puffed rice with sugar in different colours and also soya beans. Starbucks has even brought out a Hinamatsuri drink. See you next year. The tradition when displaying the dolls is to tidy them away by the 4th or 5th of March. If they are left out any longer than this, it is said that your daughter will have a difficult time getting married. As I am an older mother and my daughter is an only child, if she would like to get married and have a family, I would love to be around to help her. I did find becoming a mother and having no support really difficult. So here I am on the 4th of March putting everything away. I have attached some pictures of some modern day Hinamatsuri displays. Because of lack of time and space, they tend to be a lot smaller and easier to put away. Thank you for joining me in one of my favourite celebrations of the year. Sayonara!